Stop thinking about people, even if they are your close ones. Focus on yourself. Work on yourself. How to change yourself. On this topic today, we will tell you a story. So let us begin. Long time ago, a very wise monk used to live near a forest. By building his hut, whoever came to him with their problems, he would solve their problems very wisely. One day, he went to a nearby village to beg when he was returning. After asking for alms on the way, a young man stopped him and said, "I have heard that you solve any problem very wisely. Although I do not have much belief that you will be able to solve my complicated problem, but I have heard many stories of your wisdom from people. So I want to ask you one thing. Why do we feel fear of failure in any work? And how can we achieve any of our goals without the fear of failure?" Hearing this question of the young man, the Buddhist monk smiled and said, "I will definitely answer your question, and after that, all your fear will also end. But before that, you will have to come with me to my hut." That young boy wanted to test the wisdom of that monk, so he agreed to go to the hut after that. The Buddhist monk brought that boy to his hut near the forest. But by then, it had become evening, so they ate food and went to sleep. The next day, when they woke up, the wise monk said to that boy, "Come today, I will take you for a walk in the forest." And both of them set out towards the forest. After some time, the wise monk showed a cave to that boy and said, "Come, I will show you this cave." The boy said, "Yes, let us go. I also had a wish to see a forest cave." For many days after that, both of them went inside the cave. It was very dark inside the cave, but after some time, the Buddhist monk quietly came out of the cave and closed the entrance of the cave from outside. That boy called from inside the cave many times that, "Where are you? Monk, where have you gone? Why are you not answering me?" But after not getting any answer for a long time, he got scared, and in fear, he ran towards the door of the cave. As soon as he reached the entrance of the cave, he was surprised. "What is this? Someone has closed the entrance of the cave from outside. Now, how will I get out now?" He became very frightened and Preshan alone in that dark cave. He started thinking that did that monk make a plan to kill him now? He started wandering here and there in the cave to find a way to get out. He kept wandering here and there in the cave for a long time, but he did not find any way to get out. Now, he was also feeling very thirsty and hungry, so he sat quietly at one place. Then he saw sunlight coming from a tunnel. Reaching that tunnel from where the light was coming was very difficult because there was darkness all around. And that tunnel was also at a great height, but still, he immediately got up and, forgetting his hunger and thirst, he focused all his attention on getting out of that cave. After a lot of effort and attempts, he reached that tunnel from where the sunlight was coming and climbed up a little inside that tunnel. Then suddenly, he saw that monk extending his hand. He immediately held the hand of that monk and came out. And as soon as he came out, he shouted angrily at that monk, "Monk, have you gone mad? You left me alone in that dark cave. Do you know how scared I was and how thirsty I was?" That monk smiled and gave him water and said, "Now listen to my words carefully. You were able to come out of that cave only because of two reasons which forced you to get out of that cave. The first reason, because you were very thirsty and hungry. And the second reason, you were feeling suffocation there because you were with friends and family members. I will now tell you two main reasons because of which you were able to get out of that cave. The first reason, because there were no people with you there to say, 'How will you reach that tunnel at such a height, in so much darkness? This is impossible.' And the second reason, there were also no people there to say, let us find some other way. We will find an easier way than this, and we will come out very easily. The rule of achieving success is also something like this. I have shown you a small world of how to achieve success. And the real world is much more complex than this. There we find many useless people to give us advice who themselves could not do anything but will give us knowledge. Do not do this. It is very difficult. You will not be able to do this. It is better that you do that work. You will definitely get success in that. And in this way, they confuse our mind and go away. And we start doubting ourselves. One big reason for not getting success is also that the process of achieving success is very long. And when our mind changes in hours, then why will our mind not change in the efforts of months and years to achieve the goal? Our mind changes, and we start leaving that path and start adopting different paths. Gautam Buddha often used to say to his disciples that problems are visible to us only when our focus is not on our goal. And this thing is 100% correct. Just like when an archer is about to shoot an arrow, he closes one eye and sees only the target with the other eye. Only then he's able to hit his target in the same way. We feel fear of failure only when our focus is not on our goal but on the difficulties coming on the path. So you were able to come out of that cave because you could not see anything except the light coming from the tunnel inside the cave. If there was light inside that cave, then you would have got scared by seeing the big bits and insects there and would have kept wandering there. So keep all your focus only on your goal and stop paying attention to what is happening around and what people are saying. Stop looking at what your friends and relatives are doing, whether they got success or not, and focus only on your work. Then see, when your time comes, people will stand and clap for you. And saying this, that wise monk became silent. That young boy said, "Monk, today you have opened my eyes. I saw wisdom in every word you said. You are truly very wise. That is why everyone accepts your wisdom. I promise you that from today I will never trouble my mind with the fear of failure. I will put my full focus only on my work. And soon I will become a successful person." Saying this, that boy thanked the wise monk and went back to his village. So friends, now let us start an even better story than this. After this, it is about old times. A boy named Sabal, living in a city, was very disappointed with his life. The reason for his disappointment was that he had not done anything. Till now, his parents taunted him that all your friends are doing something, but you are still sitting at home. Even among friends, he was often made fun of. Wherever he went, people used to ask him, "What are you doing?" He felt very ashamed to tell that he was not doing anything. Slowly, he reduced going to relatives and meeting people. He used to sit mostly at his home. He used to cry alone, blame God and blame his fate. Now his life started feeling like a burden. Sometimes he thought that when he is not capable of doing anything, then what is the use of his being alive? He should die. One day, he was passing through a road of his city when he saw that a teacher was giving a sermon on sorrow. He also sat there in the crowd behind and started listening to the sermon. The teacher was saying that sorrow is like a teacher, which shows us the truth of life and teaches us the way to live life properly. You can either learn to live life from your sorrow like a teacher, or you can sit and cry, being drowned in that sorrow. Sabal was also listening to all these things of the teacher carefully, but he did not find this thing of the teacher correct. He stood up and said, "Sorrow does not teach anything. It only gives pain, sorrow. Pain feels endless. It seems that nothing will happen after this. Nothing will be achieved. Even death starts to feel smaller in front of it." The teacher said, "What is your sorrow?" Sabal told all his sorrow in front of the teacher and asked, "Do you have any solution for my sorrow?" The teacher smiled and said, "The day you have true sorrow, come back to me on that day. I will definitely give you a solution to your sorrow." Saying this, the teacher left from there. Sabal thought, "Is my sorrow not real? Is the sorrow I am going through false? No one can understand my sorrow. When my parents could not understand, then how will the teacher understand, troubled by his sorrows?" Sabal made a decision that now he will do something, and so he started a small business. But he was not getting success in it. But his family was happy that at least he was trying. He kept working in his business, and gradually he started getting success. Then he picked up speed, and within just 3 years, he became a big Vyapari. Now there were many people around Sabal who cared for him, liked him, and praised his work. Now his family also did not get tired of praising him. Day by day, the number of his friends was increasing. Now he was very happy with his life. Some of his friends advised him that when you are so happy by becoming a big businessman, then think, if you become the biggest businessman of this city, of this state, then how much happiness you will have, how many people will want to connect with you, how much your name will spread. Even the king himself will want to be your friend, and when needed, he will borrow money from you. These words of his friends settled in Sabal. Mind, now he started trying to earn even more money. But he wanted all this very quickly. He did not want to waste much time in achieving all this. So he also started doing such work which were not right. He started borrowing money from his friends in large amounts in greed of earning more profit. He started adulterating his goods. He also plotted conspiracies against other businessmen, threatened them, whatever his friends kept telling him. He kept doing that. In this way, he was earning more money. But now, there was no peace left in his life. The peace of his mind disappeared. He could not sleep. At night, he remained lost in thoughts. Even after having all the things of comfort, he did not find happiness in anything. One day, Sabal was going somewhere, sitting in his vehicle, when on the way, he saw the teacher, Ashram. He stopped. He went to the teacher and said, "Teacher, you had said that when true sorrow comes in your life, then come to me now. I am very dukhi. My sleep at night has disappeared. I'm not getting peace anywhere in this way." Sabal told all his problems to the teacher. The teacher said, "When you met me for the first time, then also you were in some sorrow. What did you learn from that sorrow?" Sabal said, "I learned that just thinking and worrying does not do anything to make your thinking true. You have to take action. And just taking action is also not enough. It is also necessary to take your action to the final stage. No matter how many difficulties come on the way, no matter how much the mind becomes disappointed, no matter how much it feels that nothing will happen ahead, still keep believing that whatever I am doing, I will definitely succeed. People respect only a successful person. No matter how good someone is, he is considered a burden in the eyes of people." After hearing all this, the teacher smiled and said, "This is not the real sorrow. When true sorrow comes in your life, then come to me. I will definitely give a solution to it while leaving." Sabal gifted a pot full of gold coins to the teacher. Seeing the pot, the teacher said, "This is of no use to me. Bury it by digging a pit under that tree." Sabal buried the pot under the tree as told by the teacher and left from there. For some days, the business was progressing well, but due to wrong practices, gradually losses started happening in that business. All his wealth slowly started getting finished, and one day came when nothing was left with him, and he was filled with debt. But he was relaxed because he had taken all the debt from his friends. He thought that his friends will support him. In bad times, But nothing like that happened. As soon as bad time came, friends started asking for their money first, and on not returning the money, they even threatened to kill him. All his well-wishers and those who loved him went away from him. Those friends who used to enjoy with him now started running away from him. His family members started counting his mistakes and weaknesses. All his property was auctioned, and nothing was left with him. When he asked his father for help, his father said, "I have only this little property. If I give this also to you, then where will I keep your mother? This property is our last support." There was a very deep sorrow inside Sabal. There was no one around him who could understand his sorrow or support him because of the betrayal and cheating he got from people. He broke from inside. He started feeling what is the meaning of living. Now death is the only support he was going towards. A hill to commit suicide when he remembered that the teacher had said, "When true sorrow comes in your life, then come to me." Sabal went to the teacher and told all his sorrow. He said with tears in his eyes, "Please give a solution to my sorrow, teacher." The teacher said, "When true sorrow comes in your life, then come to me. I will definitely give a solution." Sabal said, "What is happening in my life now is not sorrow. Then what is real sorrow, teacher?" The teacher said, "First, tell me, what did you learn from this sorrow?" Sabal said, "I learned that the people who came into our life because of our success and progress will definitely betray us, because they will not stand with us in bad times. They will only take advantage in good times and will leave in bad times. Trust only those people who stand with us in bad times, in times of failure. But such people are very few, but those who have them should value them, should not insult them." I also learned that we should never plot against anyone. We should do our work with honesty and patience, and should never be greedy after telling all his sorrow and experience. Sabal sat in front of the teacher with tears in his eyes. After some time, the teacher got up, dug the pit under that tree, and took out the pot full of gold coins and gave it to Sabal and said, "When true sorrow comes in your life, then come to me." Sabal thanked the teacher, bowed to him, and left from there. He started a small business from that pot, and even after becoming a small businessman, he was happy. He did his business with full dedication and honesty, and soon he again became a big businessman of his city. His life was filled with happiness and comforts. But no matter how good a person is, no matter how good work he does, donates, helps people, sorrow still comes in life. So sorrow also came in Sabal's life. His parents died on the same day. Sabal loved his parents very much, so he was deeply hurt by their death. He took their bodies to the cremation ground where their last rites were performed. When he saw the bodies of his parents burning, his mind became restless. Many questions started arising inside him. He came back home and saw the house and property of his parents for which his father always used to fight. Today, it was lying abandoned today. Those who used to take care of it and fight for it had left this world. Whatever his father had earned and made, everything remained here, till one day, before his father, who used to fight with anyone for his property, had himself said goodbye to this world. His mind was trapped in a storm of such thoughts. He was feeling loneliness and fear from inside. He was feeling some emptiness. He felt that there is something which he is not able to understand. So he went to the teacher. Seeing him, the teacher said, "Is there any sorrow in life?" Sabal said, "There is no sorrow in life. Teacher, everything is good. Everything is going well. But today, my parents died. And because of this incident, my mind is very sad and restless." The teacher said, "What is there to be sad in this one day? Everyone loved ones have to die. No one has remained alive forever, and no one will remain one day. You will also have to die. Maybe you may die tomorrow or even today. Sabal said, "What are you saying, teacher? That I will also die?" "But I'm still young," the teacher said. "Everyone lives in this illusion that death comes to others. It comes to old people. But in front of old people, young people die. Children die. Death has no relation with age. It makes everyone its prey." These words of the teacher settled in Sabal's mind, and he quietly left from there. But his mind was still restless, still disturbed. He was feeling some emptiness. He kept thinking about himself all day. Who he is, why he came into this world. Is life only about using things and then dying? Many such questions were continuously arising in his mind. But he was not getting the answer to any of his questions, and his sorrow was increasing day by day. So after a few days, he again went to the teacher and said, "Teacher, I'm very sad because I'm not able to know who I am and why I came into this world hearing this." The teacher smiled and said, "Today, for the first time, true sorrow has arisen in your life. Actually, this is what is worthy of being called sorrow, that we do not know who we are, why we came, what to do, how to do." Sabal said, "Teacher, please give a solution to my sorrow." The teacher said, "What do we humans keep collecting all our life?" Sabal said, "All humans keep collecting wealth, property, respect, family, friends, position, prestige, etc. All their life," the teacher said. "Can we take even one of all these collected things with us?" Sabal said, "No, teacher, nothing goes with us. Nothing went with my parents. Everything remained here. House, family, property, everything." The teacher said, "Now listen to my words carefully. The thing which we should collect in this world, we never collect. Things are in front of us, but we never try to see them. The thing which we have to collect in this world is ourselves. We have to collect ourselves so that when death comes, we can become one and recognize ourselves. We are divided from within, in love, in hatred, in anger, in jealousy, in cruelty, in wealth, in property, in position, in prestige, in respect, in identity, in religion, in caste, in hundreds and thousands of such things and desires. We are living life in pieces. Because of this division, our consciousness can never become one. Our consciousness power is scattered. That is why we do not even have enough time and energy to turn back once and look within. Actually, the lack of wealth, comforts, respect which people call sorrow, and keep crying about it all their life, and keep trying to find its solution. They will never get its solution, because what people call sorrow is not real sorrow. It is just human desire, which can never be fulfilled. That is why no one has ever found a solution to such sorrows. So, if you want the ultimate solution of your sorrows, then first collect yourself. Pull back your energy from this world and gather it. Focus on yourself. Meditate on yourself. Recognize yourself. Before death, do not keep moving. Scattered like this, Sabal said, "So teacher, should we leave this world? Should we kill all our desires? Should we not love anyone? Should we not collect wealth, property? Should we leave the hope of respect?" The teacher said. The desires, wishes, and cravings come out of a scattered person. Just like a stone falls from a mountain over which the mountain has no control, except watching and getting disturbed. In the same way, the desires of a scattered person are uncontrolled and painful. His uncontrolled mind keeps creating desires and imaginations and keeps suffering. But when a person becomes collected, then whatever he does, everything remains in his control. Then desires also come out by his will. Sabal said, "Teacher, you have solved my true sorrow. Thank you very much from today. I will try to collect myself. The teacher said, assume that there is a lot of energy in the body, a lot of power, and it is wandering in useless works. It remains engaged in worldly things. It is just like a very powerful machine, is given in the hands of a child. And he, without thinking, without understanding, without control and knowledge, is just wasting its power anywhere. So focus on the power of your consciousness and gather it. Sabal had got the answers to his questions. He thanked the teacher and quietly left from there. Friends, I hope that by listening to this story, good changes must have come in your life. What did you learn from this video? Do tell in the comment and share this story with your family, friends, or your close ones, and make them aware of this knowledge. And if you really like this video from your heart, then do like this video. And if you have not yet subscribed this channel, then do subscribe the channel. May your everyday be Shubh, and may your life be filled with happiness. Thank you. Namo Buddhaya.